To begin, let us simply acknowledge where you are. You are here. You have arrived at the end of your day. The motion of the waking world has ceased, and you have found your way to this quiet, private sanctuary. Feel the stillness of the room around you. It is not an empty silence. It is a heavy, comforting presence, a soft blanket of quiet that has settled over the furniture, the floor, and the walls. The air is still. The lights are low. The demands of the hours that came before have dissolved, leaving only this gentle, suspended moment of now. Notice the physical sensation of safety. You are supported. The bed beneath you is steady, rising up to meet the weight of your body. The blankets resting upon you are a shield, a warm and tangible boundary between you and the world outside. There is nothing you need to do here. There is no problem to solve, no question to answer, no future to plan. The only task remaining is to simply exist in this space, to breathe, and to let the natural gravity of rest take over. You are safe. You are held. You are exactly where you are supposed to be. As you lie here, settling into the comfort of your own stillness, let your imagination drift to a small, simple object sitting on a wooden nightstand. Picture a ceramic cup. It is a favorite cup, perhaps one with a smooth, glazed surface that feels cool and solid to the touch. Inside this cup is hot tea. It has just been poured. The liquid is dark and rich, swirling gently from the momentum of the pour. It is a small, contained ocean of heat. Focus on that heat for a moment. In the physics of the universe, heat is not just temperature, it is energy, it is movement. Inside that cup, countless tiny particles are vibrating with intensity. They are dancing, spinning, and colliding in a frantic, microscopic ballet. The tea is hot because it is holding onto a tremendous amount of energy. It is concentrated, it is tense. It is a tight knot of activity, gathered together in one small, specific place. Now, look closely at the surface of the tea. Watch the steam rising. It curls upward in lazy, white ribbons, twisting and turning in the soft light of the lamp. This steam is the first sign of a great, universal process. It is the tea beginning to breathe. It is the beginning of a long, slow exhale. The cup is holding its energy tight, but it cannot hold it forever. The universe does not like tension. The universe longs for balance. And so, the tea begins to share. We often think of a cooling cup of tea with a sense of disappointment. We think of the heat being lost. We imagine the energy disappearing, fading away into nothingness, leaving us with something less than what we started with. But this is a misunderstanding. The heat is not being lost, it is being given. The little ceramic cup is acting as a generous heart, radiating its warmth outward into the cooler room. Imagine the air surrounding the cup. It is cooler, spacious, and relaxed. As the steam rises, and as the heat radiates through the ceramic walls, the energy from the tea steps out into the vastness of the room. The frantic, vibrating particles in the cup slow down. They calm themselves. They pass their excitement to the air molecules nearby, warming them up just a tiny bit. It is a conversation. The cup whispers to the room, "Here, take some of this. I don't need to hold it all." This process, this gentle flow of heat from the hot cup to the cool air, is what scientists call entropy. It is a word that sounds technical, perhaps even chaotic. We are often taught that entropy is a measure of disorder, of things breaking down and falling apart. But tonight, let us reframe that. Let us look at it through the eyes of the sleepy universe. Entropy is not chaos. Entropy is relaxation. Think of the hot tea as being wound up. It is like a clenched fist holding tight to its energy. It takes effort to stay hot. It takes focus to remain concentrated. To be hotter than your surroundings is to be in a state of resistance, standing apart from the rest of the world. But as the tea cools, the fist opens. The tension releases. The energy spreads out, stretching its limbs, occupying more space, drifting comfortably into the corners of the room. The increase of entropy is simply the universe's natural, unstoppable desire to unwind. It is the tendency of all things to move from a state of stress and concentration to a state of peace and expansion. The tea is not dying, it is relaxing. It is letting go of the burden of being the hot thing and simply becoming part of the room. It is seeking equilibrium. It is seeking a state where there are no hard boundaries, no sharp differences, just a smooth, even, comfortable balance. This is the engine of the cosmos. This drive to relax is the most powerful force in existence. It is what moves time forward. The reason you can distinguish the past from the future is because of this unwinding. The past is the hot tea, fresh and tense. The future is the cool tea, relaxed and at peace with its surroundings. The arrow of time is simply the direction of the flow of warmth. It points away from tension and toward rest. Now, bring your attention back to your own body, lying under the covers. You too are a vessel of energy. Your day has been filled with heat. You have concentrated your mind, focused your attention, held your muscles in readiness, and navigated the complexities of your life. You have been a hot cup in a busy world, holding yourself together, maintaining your shape, keeping your energy contained and directed. But now, the day is done. The time for holding on is over. Look at the room around you. It is the cool air. It is the vast, welcoming space that is ready to receive your tension. Just like the tea, you do not need to force yourself to relax. You do not need to anything. The tea does not struggle to cool down. It does not push the heat away. It simply stops holding on. It allows the natural law of the universe to take over. Feel the warmth of your body radiating into the mattress and the duvet. This is your own personal entropy. This is you, sharing your energy with the environment. You are unclenching. The tight knots of thought in your mind are beginning to loosen, their vibrations slowing down, their frantic dance easing into a slow sway. The tension in your shoulders is dissolving, spreading out, leaving the muscles long and soft. You are joining the great universal flow. For so much of our lives, we fight against this current. We value the heat. We value productivity, focus, sharp edges, and clear definitions. We try to keep the tea hot forever. We build insulated mugs and rush to drink it before it changes. We see the cooling as a failure, but the universe knows better. The universe knows that the natural state of all things is not the frantic vibration of the hot liquid, but the peaceful stillness of the room temperature. The cooling is not a defeat. It is a return. It is a homecoming. When the tea finally matches the temperature of the room, it has reached a state of perfect harmony. It is no longer fighting. It is no longer separate. It has merged with its context. This is the destination of all things. The stars above you are doing the exact same thing. They are giant cups of heat, pouring their light and warmth out into the cold vacuum of space, slowly, patiently unwinding over billions of years. They are exhaling into the void, seeking that same perfect, quiet balance. The galaxies are spreading out. The clouds of gas are thinning. The entire cosmos is taking a long, slow, deep breath out. It is a process that has been happening since the very beginning of time, and it will continue until the very end. The universe is not winding up, it is winding down. It is heading toward a state of ultimate rest. And you, right now, are a part of that majestic, gentle process. There is a profound permission in this thought. If the stars are allowed to fade, if the tea is allowed to cool, if the universe itself is allowed to relax, then surely you are permitted to do the same. You do not need to be the exception. You do not need to be the one point of tension in a universe that is falling asleep. You can drift with the current. You can let the river of time carry you away from the heat of the day and toward the cool, calm ocean of the night. Imagine the steam again, rising from the cup. Watch it fade. It starts as a clear, defined white wisp, and then it grows thinner, softer, more transparent, until it disappears completely into the air. You cannot tell where the steam ends and the air begins. It has become the atmosphere. This is what it means to fall asleep. It is the softening of the edges of you. It is the moment when the sharp definition of your waking self begins to blur, gently merging with the dark, quiet safety of the sleep state. The clumped order of your thoughts is spreading out. The strict sequence of logic is dissolving into the fluid, dreamlike associations of the subconscious. This is entropy at work in your mind. It is the dissolution of boundaries. It is the beautiful, messy, comfortable sprawl of a mind that is no longer standing on guard. It is the confetti falling to the floor after the party is over. Let us appreciate the safety of this unwinding. Chaos often feels scary because it feels out of control. But the type of entropy we are talking about tonight is not violent. It is not the shattering of a glass. It is the melting of an ice cube. It is gradual. It is gentle. It is predictable. It is the softest, most natural thing in the world. It is simply the way things go when you stop interfering. When you stop stirring the tea, it becomes still. When you stop holding the muscle, it goes limp. When you stop directing the thoughts, they float. You are moving from a state of high maintenance to a state of no maintenance. You are putting down the heavy luggage you have carried all day. Feel the gravity holding you. Gravity is a partner in this process. It pulls you down, grounding you, helping you sink deeper into the mattress. It is asking you to flatten out, to take up space, to be heavy. Allow your limbs to feel like the cooling liquid, settling into the shape of the container. You are fluid. You are warm. You are spreading. The silence of the room is a container for your rest, just as the cup is a container for the tea. But unlike the cup, the silence is vast. It has plenty of room for you. It can absorb all the noise of your day without becoming loud itself. You can release your words, your worries, and your lists into this silence, and it will swallow them up, leaving nothing but peace. This is the great secret of the physical world. We are told that we must build, create, and order, and that is true for a time. That is the morning and the afternoon of our lives. But the night belongs to entropy. The night belongs to the unbuilding. The night is for the loosening of the screws, the opening of the windows, the release of the breath. The night is for returning the borrowed energy back to the source. So, as you lie here, visualize that simple ceramic cup on the nightstand one last time. See the steam slowing down, the swirl of the liquid coming to a halt, the heat gently leaving, particle by particle, finding a new home in the quiet air. Feel the satisfaction of that release. The cup is not empty, it is simply at peace. It has finished its work. It has shared its warmth. It is ready to just be. You are that cup. The room is the universe. The heat is your day. Let it go. Let it rise like steam. Let it radiate outward. Let yourself become cooler, slower, stiller. Let yourself unwind. The universe is holding your hand in this process, guiding you, moment by moment, toward the deep, restorative equilibrium of sleep. You are drifting down the gentle river of time, and the current is slow, and the water is warm, and the destination is absolute, perfect rest. The winding down is not an ending, it is the softest, most welcoming beginning of the night. Let the image of the cooling cup, gently fade from your mind. Allow the steam to dissipate completely into the quiet air, leaving only the soft, neutral background of your own relaxation. We are going to shift our gaze now. We are going to look at something else that sits on the nightstand of your imagination. It is a simple object, familiar and tactile. It is a deck of playing cards. Picture the box. It is worn at the corners, perhaps a soft, faded blue or a deep, rich red. It has been held by many hands, smoothed by the passage of time. Reach out in your mind and open the flap. Slide the cards out into your palm. Feel the weight of them. They are a solid block, a compact brick of potential. Run your thumb along the edge of the deck and listen to the sound. It is a soft, rhythmic thwip, thwip, like the beating of a very small, very fast wing. It is a satisfying sound, a sound of readiness. Now, imagine spreading them out on the wooden surface of the table, face up. You see the chaotic jumble of suits and numbers. A 7 of diamonds next to a jack of spades. A 2 of hearts buried under a king of clubs. There is no pattern here. The reds and the blacks are mixed together in a messy, comfortable confetti. The numbers jump up and down with no rhyme or reason. This is what we call a shuffled deck. In the language of the universe, this shuffled state is like the room temperature tea. It is a state of high entropy. It is messy. And just like the messy room we talked about before, there are millions upon millions of ways for the deck to be shuffled. If you move just one card, swap the 3 of diamonds with the 4 of clubs, the deck would still look mixed up. It would still be messy. The state of disorder is vast. It is the natural home of the cards. It is easy to be messy. It requires no effort to be mixed up. But now, imagine a pair of hands. They are invisible hands, ancient and patient. They belong to a cosmic dealer. This dealer has no schedule to keep. They have no game to finish. They have only one task, and they perform it with a slow, steady, hypnotic rhythm. They are shuffling the deck. Watch the motion. The deck is split in half. The 2 halves are bridged, and then the cards cascade together. They weave between each other, creating a new, random pattern. Then the dealer squares the deck, cuts it, and does it again. Riffle. Each time the cards fall, they land in a new order. The King of Hearts, who was sleeping next to the Ace of Spades, is now separated, drifting deep into the middle of the deck. The sequence changes. The story of the deck is rewritten with every single motion of the dealer's hands. Now, I want you to imagine the passage of time, but not the time of a clock on the wall. I want you to imagine the time of the dealer. The shuffling continues. It does not stop for a break. It does not stop for sleep. It continues for an hour. Riffle. The cards are still a mess. It continues for a day. Riffle. The cards are still mixed up. It continues for a year, 10 years, a century. The dealer sits in the quiet void shuffling. Centuries bleed into millennia. Civilizations on Earth rise and fall. Forests grow and wither. Mountains are worn down by the rain into sand, and still, the sound continues. Riffle. The cards are still disordered. You might wonder, what is the point? But the dealer is not looking for a point. The dealer is simply exploring. Every time the deck is shuffled, a specific arrangement of cards is created. And because there are so many cards, the number of possible arrangements is staggering. It is a number so large that if you wrote it out, the zeros would fill the sky. But it is not infinite. It is just very, very large. And because the number of possibilities is not infinite, but the dealer's time is infinite, something wonderful is bound to happen. It is not a matter of magic. It is not a matter of skill. It is simply the inevitable mathematics of forever. Let us fast forward. Let the aeons drift by like clouds speeding across a time-lapse sky. Millions of years pass. Billions. The universe grows old and dark. And still, the dealer shuffles. Riffle, and then it happens. The dealer splits the deck. The cards fall. They weave together. The dealer squares the block and lays the cards out on the table, face up. Look at them. The first card is the ace of spades. The second card is the two of spades. Then the 3, the 5, all the way to the king. Then comes the ace of hearts, followed perfectly by the 2, the 3, the 4, then the clubs, then the diamonds. Every single card is in its perfect, numerical, sequential place. The deck has been restored to its original, factory order. It is a state of absolute, breathtaking, perfect structure. It is a state of zero entropy. It is a hot cup of tea that has spontaneously appeared in the middle of a cold room. How did this happen? Did the dealer cheat? Did a magnet pull the cards together? No. The dealer did exactly what they have been doing for 1 trillion years. They just let the cards fall. This perfect hand was just one of the possibilities. It was buried deep in the mountain of messy combinations, hidden like a diamond in a planet of coal. But because the dealer never stopped shuffling, eventually, the diamond had to be found. This is the concept of a rare fluctuation. It is the idea that if you wait long enough, chaos will randomly, momentarily, drift into order. It is the idea that messy is the rule, but tidy is the rare, beautiful exception that must eventually occur. This perfect deck, it is a miracle of chance. It is a fragile, fleeting thing. Because what happens next? The dealer reaches out. They split the deck. Riffle. And just like that, the perfection is gone. The ace of spades is separated from the 2. The suit is broken. The order dissolves back into the comfortable, familiar chaos of the mix. The deck returns to its natural state. The moment of order was just a brief, shining island in an ocean of disorder. A single spark of structure in the dark. Now, why are we talking about cards? Because you are not just looking at a deck of cards. You are looking at the universe. And you are looking at yourself. Imagine that the cards are not made of paper. Imagine they are atoms. They are the tiny, building blocks of matter that make up everything we see. They are floating in the vast, empty box of the cosmos. For the most part, these atoms are like the shuffled deck. They are drifting apart, spread out, disorganized, floating in the messy state of thin gas and dust. This is the natural state of things. This is the cooling tea. But the universe, like the dealer, has endless time. It has eternity. And the atoms are constantly bumping into each other, constantly shuffling, constantly trying out new arrangements. Most of the time, they just bounce off and drift away. But sometimes they stick. Think of a galaxy. Think of the beautiful, spiral arms of the Milky Way, glowing with billions of stars, turning in a perfect, graceful wheel. That galaxy is a folded deck. It is a gathering of matter that has come together from the chaos. It is a rare hand. Think of a star, our sun. It is a tight, hot ball of gathered energy. It is a moment where the atoms have decided to sit in a perfect sequence, creating light and heat. It is a rare fluctuation against the cold background of space. And now, think of you. Think of your own body, lying there in the bed. Think of your mind, which is understanding these words right now. You are the most complex, most specific, most perfectly ordered arrangement of atoms in the known universe. You are the ace. 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to the king, in every suit, perfectly aligned. The chances of you happening are so small, they are impossible to comprehend. For the atoms to come together to make a heart that beats, and lungs that breathe, and a brain that dreams. It is like shuffling the deck and getting that perfect order not once, but 1 billion times in a row. It feels like it shouldn't be possible. It feels like magic. But remember the dealer. Remember the law of forever. You are not magic. You are inevitable in a universe that is truly infinite, in a timeline that stretches out forever and possible. Things don't just happen, they happen all the time. You are a rare fluctuation. You are a moment where the chaos of the universe has briefly, wonderfully, shuffled itself into a thinking, feeling, breathing person. This thought can be a source of deep, vibrating comfort. Sometimes we feel small and insignificant when we look at the stars. We feel like accidents, and in a way, we are. But we are beautiful accidents. We are the moment the cards fell right. We are the prize hidden in the probability. And knowing this takes the pressure off. You don't have to force your life to make sense. You don't have to grip the steering wheel so tight. The fact that you exist at all is already the victory. The dealer has already dealt you the perfect hand. You are already sitting at the table with the royal flush. The odds have already been beaten. The tension you feel in your daily life, the worry about the future, the regret about the past, is just you trying to hold the cards in place. You are trying to glue the ace to the two. You are terrified that if you let go, the order will vanish. And the truth is, it will. Remember what happened to the perfect deck. The dealer shuffled again. The order dissolved back into the mix. This is not a tragedy. This is just the game. The galaxy will eventually drift apart. The sun will eventually fade. Your own atoms will eventually return to the gentle, messy flow of the universe. But that does not make the moment of order any less precious. In fact, it makes it more precious. A flower is beautiful because it blooms for a short time. If the deck stayed ordered forever, it would be a statue, not a game. The beauty is in the rarity. The beauty is in the fact that for this brief, shining moment, amidst the endless shuffling of eternity, you are here. You are whole. You are aware. So as you lie in the dark, imagine yourself as that perfect deck of cards, resting on the velvet table of existence. You are a marvel of probability. You are a momentary sculpture made of stardust and chance. Feel the relief of being a fluctuation. A fluctuation doesn't have a job to do. A fluctuation doesn't have a destiny it needs to fulfill. A fluctuation just is. It is a natural, spontaneous expression of the universe's creativity. You are not a burden on the cosmos. You are a surprise delight. Let the anxiety of, "Why am I here?" drift away. You are here because the dealer kept shuffling. You are here because eternity is a very long time, and eventually, wonderful things happen. You are here because the universe loves to play the game of, what if? What if I make a star here? What if I make a planet here? What if I make a person who can lie in bed and wonder about me? You are the answer to that question. You are the what if made real. We are going to let this image settle now. The cards are on the table. The perfect sequence is laid out, glowing softly in the mind's eye. It is a symbol of your own miraculous existence. But the game is not over. The dealer is still sitting there. The timeline is still stretching out. We have looked at the cards. Now, we need to look at the clock. We need to step back and see just how long this game has been going on, and how long it has left to go. We need to leave the comfort of the table and step out into the vast, silent stretches of deep time. We need to see where this shuffling is actually happening, because the room is getting bigger. The walls are falling away. The nightstand is dissolving into the dark. We are moving from the human scale of hours and days into the cosmic scale of aeons. We are moving into a place where the shuffling is the only sound and the dark is the only view. We are moving toward the era of the great quiet. Let your mind expand. Let the edges of your awareness soften. You are a rare, beautiful hand of cards, held gently in the palm of the infinite. And you are safe. The shuffle is slow. The rhythm is steady. And you have all the time in the world to just exist. Let us leave the table of the infinite shuffle now. Let the sound of the cards fading into the silence behind us. And let us turn our gaze outward, through the walls of the room, through the roof, and up into the velvet canopy of the night sky. We are stepping out of the human scale of time, where seconds tick by on a clock, and into the deep, slow rhythm of the cosmos. We are entering the time of the stars. From where we stand right now, in this moment of your life, the universe seems blindingly bright. It is a festival of lights. If you look up on a clear night, you see the sky scattered with diamonds, thousands of them twinkling in the dark. Each one of those points of light is a massive bonfire, a roaring furnace of energy pouring itself out into the void. We call this the era of starlight. It is the time of activity. It is the time of being awake. It is the morning and the afternoon of the universe. But just like your own day, the day of the universe must eventually come to an end. Just as the sun travels across the sky and dips below the horizon, bringing the cool relief of twilight, the era of starlight is not forever. It is a phase. It is a chapter. And tonight, we are going to fast forward the clock. We are going to watch the long, beautiful sunset of creation. We are going to watch the universe get ready for bed. Start with the star you know best. Picture our sun. It hangs in the sky, a perfect golden coin. It feels permanent, doesn't it? It rises every morning. It sets every evening. It warms your face and lights your room. It feels like it has always been there and will always be there. But the sun is a living thing in the cosmic sense. It has a birth, a life, and an eventual gentle retirement. Imagine moving forward in time. Watch the sun as the eons pass. It does not burn with the same frantic energy forever. As it gets older, it begins to change. It softens. It swells. It grows larger in the sky, turning from a sharp yellow to a deep, glowing red. It is expanding, stretching its arms out, as if yawning after a long day of work. It becomes a giant, hazy ember, filling the horizon with a soft, crimson light. It is letting go of its outer layers, shedding them gently into the space around it, creating a beautiful, colorful nebula, a blanket of gas that wraps around the sleeping system. And then, having exhaled this final breath, the sun shrinks. It collapses down into a small, dense, white pearl. It is no longer a roaring furnace. It is a cooling coal. It sits quietly in the dark, radiating the last of its stored warmth, slowly fading from white to yellow to red, and finally, after billions of years, to black. Our home light has been turned off. The first lantern in our view has flickered out. But this is just one star. Pull your view back now. Look at the galaxy we live in, the Milky Way. It is a great, spiraling city of stars, a pinwheel of light turning slowly in the dark. It is crowded and busy, filled with the traffic of billions of suns. But it too is moving toward a quieter state. Look into the distance. There is another galaxy nearby, a neighbor called Andromeda. It is drifting toward us. Slowly, steadily over billions of years, these two great cities of light are moving together. It is not a collision. It is a merger. It is a dance. As the eons pass, watch them meet. They pass through each other like ghosts, their stars whirling and mixing in a gravitational embrace. The spiral arms, once so defined and sharp, begin to unravel. They stretch and twist, losing their shape, blending into a single, giant, fuzzy ball of light. The chaos of the spiral is smoothed out. The structure dissolves. The two galaxies become one vast, elliptical island of stars. The frantic energy of the merger settles down. The dust is used up. The star-forming nurseries, where new lights are born, go quiet. The fireworks stop. The new galaxy is calm, stable, and aging. It settles into a long, comfortable retirement. The sky, once filled with sharp, distinct bands of light, becomes a soft, uniform glow. The universe is dimming the lights in the living room. As we travel deeper into the future, we notice something profound. The universe stops making new stars. For billions of years, the cosmos was a factory, churning out bright, blue, hot stars that lived fast and burned brilliantly. These were the loud guests at the party. They shouted their light across the universe, illuminating the clouds of gas and dust. But these stars run out of fuel quickly. They burn through their energy in a flash and vanish, and now the fuel is gone. The hydrogen gas that floated between the stars has been used up or spread too thin. The factory shuts down. The nursery is empty. No new stars are being born to replace the ones that fade. The era of birth is over. The era of aging has begun. We are left with the quiet ones, the small stars, the red dwarfs. These are the unsung heroes of the cosmos. They are small, dim, and cool. They sip their fuel slowly, carefully, hoarding their energy. They do not shout, they whisper. And because they are so careful, they live for trillions of years. Long after the bright blue and yellow stars have vanished, the red dwarfs remain. They are the nightlights of the universe. They are the final candles kept burning in the hallway while the rest of the house sleeps. But even a nightlight cannot last forever. We drift forward again. We are now trillions of years in the future. The time scale is so vast that the entire history of humanity, from the first stone tool to the last spaceship, is less than a blink of an eye. It is forgotten. The universe has grown very, very large and very, very dark. The galaxies are drifting apart from each other, carried away by the silent, stretching expansion of space. They are now so far apart that if you were standing on a planet around a fading star, you would see no other galaxies in the sky. You would see only the vast, empty black. The universe has become a lonely place, but it is not a sad loneliness. It is a peaceful solitude. It is the feeling of being the only one awake in a quiet house at 30 a.m. One by one, the lights go out. A star here, a star there. The darkness between them grows wider. The constellations we know, Orion, the Dipper, Cassiopeia, have long since drifted apart and faded away. The sky is no longer a tapestry of shapes. It is a sea of velvet, punctuated by the occasional, faint red dot. Imagine standing on a silent, rocky world, looking up at the last star in the sky. It is a small red dwarf, billions of times older than our sun. It has been burning for an eternity, watching the universe grow old. It has seen the galaxies merge and the nebulas dissipate. It has seen the noisy era of starlight fade into history. It has stood watch over the long, slow decline. But now it is tired. It has used up its hydrogen. It has squeezed the last drops of warmth from its core. It begins to flicker. The steady red glow pulses, once, twice. It is the heartbeat of the era slowing down. The star is preparing to let go. It does not fight. It does not explode. It simply stops. The last fusion reaction occurs. The last photon of light is released from the surface. It travels out into the void, a final messenger carrying the news that the job is done. The star dims. It turns from red to a dull, cooling brown. It fades from sight. The last candle is snuffed out, and then there is only the dark. This moment, the death of the last star, marks the end of the era of starlight. It sounds tragic, doesn't it, to think of the light going away? But let us reframe this. Think about how much energy the universe has spent. Think about the billions of years of burning, swirling, exploding, and colliding. Think of the noise. Think of the heat. Think of the tension of holding all that gravity together, of fusing atoms, of spinning galaxies. The universe has worked hard. It has created wonders. It has played out the drama of existence on a grand scale. But nothing can work forever. Nothing should work forever. Rest is not a punishment for existence. It is the reward. The fading of the stars is the universe finally being allowed to lay down its burden. It is the cosmos loosening its tie, taking off its shoes, and sinking into the softest, deepest armchair imaginable. The tension of energy is released. The heat is spread out. The frantic motion of particles slows down to a crawl. The universe is entering the great quiet. This is a bedtime story on the largest possible scale. When you go to sleep, you turn off the lights. You pull the curtains. You quiet your mind. You create a dark, still space where you can recover. The universe is doing the exact same thing. The extinction of the stars is simply the cosmos turning off the lights. It is pulling the curtains of gravity closed. It is quieting the noise of radiation. It is creating a dark, still space where it can exist in perfect, timeless equilibrium. There is a deep comfort in this. We often worry about running out of time. We worry about things ending. We cling to moments, trying to make them last. But look at the stars. Even they do not cling. When their time comes, they let go. They release their energy and fade into the background. They accept the transition from doing to being. If the mighty stars, the engines of creation, can accept the end of their era with such grace, surely we can accept the end of our day. We can accept that our energy is spent. We can accept that the lights must go out. We can accept that it is time to stop shining and simply drift. The dark that follows the stars is not empty. It is peaceful. It is a velvet ocean, smooth and calm. There are no storms here. There are no collisions. There are no demands. The universe has entered a state of low energy, a state of relaxation that will last effectively forever. Imagine floating in this new era. The stelliferous era is behind us. We are now drifting into the degenerate era. Though that name feels too harsh for something so gentle, let us call it the era of remnants, the era of memory. The universe is filled with the cooling embers of its past, floating silently in the dark. These remnants, the white dwarfs, the neutron stars, the black holes, are like the sleeping inhabitants of the house. They are quiet. They are stable. They are no longer burning. They are just resting. They drift through the void, passing each other in the dark, silent witnesses to the peace that has settled over everything. The sky is no longer a ceiling of lights. It is a limitless depth. Without the distraction of the stars, you can see the true scale of the void. It is vast, but it is not lonely. It is holding everything. It is the container in which all of history has happened, and now it is the blanket under which all of history sleeps. You are watching the ultimate relaxation. You are seeing entropy win, not as a destroyer, but as a comforter. The universe has smoothed out the knots. It has cooled the fever. It has reached a place where nothing needs to happen anymore. Feel that stillness in your own body. The same laws of physics that told the stars to fade are telling your muscles to soften. The same arrow of time that quieted the galaxies is quieting your thoughts. You are echoing the cosmos. As the universe lets go of its light, you let go of your focus. As the universe lets go of its heat, you let go of your tension. As the universe enters the long, dark, peaceful era of sleep, so do you. The era of starlight was beautiful. It was bright and loud and full of color, but it was exhausting. The time for burning is over. The time for resting has begun. The last red dwarf has closed its eye. The final photon has passed us by. The room is dark. The house is quiet. The work is done. We are ready now to drift further. We are ready to leave the remnants behind and move even deeper into the timeline, to a place where even the embers have cooled and the memory of light is just a dream. We are ready to enter the vast, silent ocean that waits for us at the end of time. The lights are out. The great bedtime has arrived, and everything is well. The last star has faded. The final red ember has cooled, turning from a dim crimson to a profound, invisible black. We have crossed the threshold. We have left the era of starlight behind us, and we have entered the dark era. But do not let that name frighten you. Dark is simply a word for rest. Dark is the color of sleep. Dark is the soft velvet curtain that has been pulled around the cradle of existence. We are now floating in the great quiet. Imagine, if you will, that the universe is no longer a room. It is no longer a house with walls and a ceiling. It has dissolved into a boundless, endless ocean. But this is not an ocean of cold, stinging water. It is an ocean of pure, soft silence. We call it the Velvet Ocean. It stretches out in every direction, up, down, left, right forever. There is no horizon here, because there is no land to break the view. There is only the deep, calm, embracing expanse of space. In this era, gravity has finally relaxed its grip. For ons, gravity was the strict parent, pulling things together, crushing atoms into stars, forcing galaxies to merge, demanding that matter succumb to weight. But now, gravity has finished its work. The expansion of the universe has stretched space so thin, pulled the remnants so far apart, that everything is effectively alone. And because gravity has let go, you are truly weightless. Feel that sensation in your own body as you lie in your bed. Imagine that the mattress beneath you has dissolved, not into nothingness, but into a supportive, buoyant cloud. You are not falling, you are drifting. You are suspended in the velvet ocean, held perfectly in place by the equilibrium of the void. There is no up to climb toward. There is no down to fall into. There is only ear. This weightlessness is more than just physical. It is a weightlessness of the spirit. In the era of starlight, there was so much to do. There were planets to form, life to evolve, civilizations to build, questions to answer. The universe was busy. It was a place of deadlines and demands. It was a place of becoming. But in the dark era, the universe has finished becoming. It simply is. Think of the relief of that. Imagine a Saturday morning where you wake up and realize you have absolutely nothing on your schedule. No alarm clock, no work, no chores, no social obligations. The day is a blank slate. Now, multiply that feeling by eternity. This is the state of the universe now. It has washed the dishes. It has swept the floor. It has turned off the lights. It has retired. It is sitting on the porch of existence, watching the nothingness with a sense of total, completed satisfaction. There is no urgency here. There is no rush. There is nowhere to be, because everywhere is the same quiet, peaceful place. Time, in this ocean, behaves differently. In the busy world of stars, time was marked by events. The Earth spins, that is a day. The Earth orbits, that is a year. The heart beats, that is a second. But here, in the great quiet, there are no spinning planets. There are no beating hearts. There are no events to mark the passage of the hours. So, time unspools. It stops being a ticking clock and starts being a wide, slow river. Seconds stretch into centuries, and centuries stretch into eons, and it all feels exactly the same. It is the timelessness of a deep, dreamless sleep. You know that feeling? When you close your eyes for what feels like a moment, and wake up 8 hours later, having floated through the night in an instant. That is the time of the Velvet Ocean. You can let go of your own internal clock here. You can stop counting the minutes until morning. You can stop worrying about how much sleep you are getting, In the dark era, there is infinite time. There is enough time for every breath to take 1,000 years. There is enough time for every thought to drift by like a slow, moving cloud. You are not running out of time. You are swimming in it. It is an abundant resource, surrounding you like the water of the ocean. As we drift deeper into this void, we must confront the idea of emptiness. We are taught to fear empty spaces. We fill our homes with furniture, our days with activities, and our minds with noise, because we are afraid of the blank spots. But look around you in this velvet ocean. The emptiness is not a lack of something. It is a presence in its own right. It is a clean slate. It is a fresh page. It is the peace of a room after the guests have gone home. It is the silence that follows a beautiful song. The music was lovely, yes, but the silence that comes after it is what allows the music to resonate. The dark era is the resonance of the universe. It is the echo of the life that once was, held gently in the container of eternity. And in this silence, there is a profound safety. Nothing can harm you here. There are no storms in the great quiet. There are no asteroids to crash, no stars to explode, no radiation to burn. The violent tantrums of the young universe are over. The cosmos has matured into a state of gentle, harmless stability. You are safer here than you have ever been. You are wrapped in the insulation of nothingness. But let us look closer at this nothingness. Let us peer into the microscopic fabric of the velvet ocean. Because while the stars are gone and the planets have turned to dust, the universe is not truly empty. It is not a void of absolute zero, drifting in the dark, invisible to the eye but present to the mind, are the particles, the stuff of the universe, the neutrons, the electrons, the photons. They have not disappeared. They have simply spread out. They have been liberated from the structures that held them. They are no longer locked inside a rock or trapped inside a star. They are free. Imagine them as dust motes floating in a sunbeam, but without the sun. They are the particles of possibility. They are the ghosts of matter, drifting lazily through the dark. They are wandering. They are the cards of the deck we spoke of earlier, now scattered across a table the size of infinity. Even in the great quiet, the shuffle continues. It is a very slow shuffle now. The particles are far apart. They might travel for 1 billion years before they bump into another particle. But they are moving. They are vibrating with that last, tiny remnant of heat that can never be fully extinguished. They are dancing a slow, solitary waltz in the dark. This is the secret life of the empty universe. On the surface, it looks like nothing is happening. It looks like the story is over. But underneath, in the deep, invisible currents of the quantum ocean, the potential for everything still exists. The ingredients are all there. They are just resting. They are just waiting. Think of the ocean on Earth at night. The surface is dark and still, reflecting the moon. It looks like a sheet of black glass, but beneath the surface, there are currents moving. There are drifts and flows. The water is alive with motion. Even if it looks asleep, the velvet ocean of the cosmos is the same. The quantum foam, the bubbling, churning energy of space itself, is still active. It is bubbling up, creating tiny, fleeting sparks of energy, and then dissolving them back into the dark. It is a simmering soup of potential. This means that heat death is not the end of possibility. It is simply the end of predictability. It is the end of the script. The universe has gone off book. It is improvising. It is playing with the cards, seeing what happens when you let them float free. So, as you float here, surrounded by the comfort of the great quiet, know that you are floating in a sea of potential. You are not lost in a void. You are held in the womb of creation. This is the state the universe was in before the Big Bang, and it is the state it has returned to. It is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, and you are part of it. Your own atoms, the energy of your own consciousness, are kin to these drifting particles. You are made of the same stuff as the velvet ocean. When you sleep, you are dipping your toe into this timeless water. You are practicing for the great quiet. You are allowing your own thoughts to spread out, to disconnect, to float freely like the dust motes in the dark. Allow yourself to feel that connection. Feel the boundaries of your body softening, just as the boundaries of the galaxies softened. Feel your identity loosening, just as the gravity of the universe loosened. You are expanding. You are becoming part of the silence. It is a luxury to do nothing. It is a privilege to simply exist. In this era, existence is the only requirement. You do not need to shine. You do not need to burn. You do not need to reflect light. You just need to be. The silence presses against your ears like a soft pillow. It hums with a frequency that is lower than sound, a vibration that is more like a feeling. It is the hum of the infinite. It is the sound of the deck being shuffled, card by card, atom by atom, in the dark. Riffle. A hydrogen atom bumps into a photon. Riffle. A neutrino passes through a cloud of dark matter. The game is not over. The dealer has not left the table. The dealer has simply turned down the lights to set the mood for the longest, slowest, most mysterious round of poker ever played. We are drifting now, further and further into the piece. The era of starlight is a distant memory, a brief flash of brightness in a long night. We are comfortable here. We are acclimated to the dark. We trust the ocean. We trust the drift. And as we drift, we begin to wonder. In a place where anything is possible and where time is endless, what might happen? If the shuffle continues forever, what kind of hands might be dealt in the dark? We are floating in the soup of probability, and sometimes, in the soup, things clump together. Sometimes, the currents swirl in just the right way. Sometimes the silence is broken not by a star, but by a thought. We are ready to witness the miracle. We are ready to see what happens when the velvet ocean decides to dream. We are ready to meet the Boltzmann Brain. But for now, just float. Just rest. Just let the trillions of years wash over you like a gentle tide. You have all the time in the world. The ocean is wide, and the water is warm, and the night is just beginning. We have been drifting in the velvet ocean for a very long time. We have become accustomed to the silence. We have learned to find comfort in the emptiness. The universe is a vast, smooth, black expanse of nothingness, and we are floating in the center of it, weightless and unburdened. The era of stars is a forgotten dream. The noise of creation has faded into an echo so faint it can no longer be heard. There is only the dark and the deep, abiding peace of a cosmos that has finished its work. But tonight, we are going to look closer at that darkness. We are going to zoom in. We are going to focus our attention on a tiny, random patch of the void, far away from where the galaxies used to be. It looks like nothing. It looks like the same empty space we have been watching for aeons. But if you look with the eyes of patience, if you look with the eyes of eternity, you will see a subtle shift. You will see a hiccup in the smoothness. Deep in the invisible fabric of the quantum ocean, something is happening. It is not a loud event. It is not a bang. It is a whisper. It is a slight hesitation in the flow of the nothingness. To understand what is happening, we must remember the cup of tea. Remember how the steam rose and disappeared into the room. Remember how the heat spread out, moving from the hot cup to the cool air. We learned that this is the natural way of things. Things spread out. Things unwind. Things break down. It is the law of the universe. But in an infinite timeline, even the law has exceptions. In an infinite timeline, weird things are allowed to happen. Imagine watching a movie of a glass falling off a table. It hits the floor and shatters into 1,000 pieces. The shards fly outward. The water splashes into a puddle. This is entropy. This is the normal flow of time. Now, imagine playing that movie backward. In the backward movie, the puddle flows inward, rising up into a shape. The shards of glass slide across the floor, gathering together. They jump up, meeting in the air, knitting themselves back into a solid, seamless cup. The water catches itself inside. The glass lands softly on the table, whole and perfect. If you saw this in real life, you would say it was magic. You would say it was impossible. But physics says it is not impossible. It is just incredibly unlikely. It is a fluctuation. It is a moment where the chaos decides, just for a split second, to reverse itself. In the velvet ocean of the dark era, this backward movie is starting to play. Drifting in the dark are those dust motes of matter we spoke of. The solitary protons. The lonely electrons. They have been wandering alone for trillions of years. They have been doing their slow waltz in the dark, never touching, never speaking. But the law of probability says that if they dance for long enough, eventually the steps will align, focus on two tiny particles. They are invisible specks of potential, floating miles apart. But the currents of the void are steering them. Slowly, silently, they drift closer. They are not aimed at each other, they are just wandering. But their wandering paths are destined to cross, closer, closer. And then, touched, they bump into each other. But instead of bouncing off and flying away, they stick. Perhaps a stray field of energy pushes them together. Perhaps a quirk of the quantum foam binds them. For whatever reason, they do not separate. They hold hands. This is the seed. This is the nucleation point in the vast, empty library of the universe. Two words have just been written on a blank page. It seems insignificant. Two particles in a universe of nothing. But the process has begun. This tiny clump of matter creates a minute gravitational pull. It is a whisper of attraction. It calls out to the other wanderers in the dark. Come here, it says. We are building something. A third particle arrives. It drifts in from the left, caught by the faint gravity of the first two. It joins the cluster, then a fourth, then a fifth. It is like watching a cloud form in a clear blue sky. At first, there is nothing. Then, a wisp of white appears out of nowhere. It grows thicker, denser, pulling the moisture from the air, weaving itself into a solid shape. Or think of a pearl forming inside an oyster. It starts as a single grain of sand, an irritation, a mistake. But slowly, layer by layer, the oyster wraps it in nacre. The mistake becomes a jewel. This gathering in the dark is the pearl of the cosmos. The cluster grows. It is no longer just a few atoms. It is becoming a molecule. It is becoming complex. And this is the true miracle. It is not just a blob of matter, it is a structure. The atoms are not just sticking together in a pile. They are arranging themselves. Remember the dealer shuffling the cards. This is the moment the aces fall into place. This is the moment the royal flush begins to appear on the table. The atoms are clicking into specific, intricate patterns. They are forming chains. They are forming lattices. They are building a geometry in the void. It is happening in absolute silence. There is no wind to blow it apart. There is no heat to melt it down. The dark era is the perfect laboratory. It is still. It is cold. It is undisturbed. The universe is holding its breath, allowing this delicate house of cards to be built. Watch as the structure becomes larger. It is the size of a grain of sand now, then a pebble, then a stone. But it is not a rock. It is soft. It is wet. It is warm. The atoms are weaving themselves into proteins. They are twisting into the double helix of DNA. They are folding into the complex machinery of biology. It feels wrong, doesn't it? Biology belongs on planets. Biology belongs under the warmth of a sun. Biology needs water and air and time. But the universe has infinite time. And with infinite time, it doesn't need a planet. It doesn't need a sun. It just needs the parts and the patience. The backward movie is playing in full force now. The entropy is decreasing locally. The chaos is running in reverse. Out of the random drift of the void, order is being pulled like a rabbit from a hat. The structure is growing into something recognizable. We see the shape of cells. We see the webbing of neurons. We see the delicate, branching lightning of a nervous system. It is a brain. It is not a brain in a jar. It is not a brain in a body. It is a brain floating naked in the deep, freezing vacuum of space. But it is not freezing. The very act of the atoms coming together creates heat. The binding of the particles releases energy. The brain is warming itself. It is creating its own tiny island of temperature in the absolute zero of the void. It is a spark in the night. Look at the complexity of it. Trillions of connections are being formed. Synapses are knitting themselves together. Grey matter is folding over itself, creating the valleys and ridges of intelligence. It is a cathedral of the mind, built brick by the blind, stumbling hands of chance. It is beautiful, and it is terrifying. It is beautiful because it shows the creative power of the universe. It shows that matter wants to know itself. It shows that even at the end of time, life refuses to be completely erased. But it is terrifying because of the isolation. This brain has no mother. It has no father. It has no history. It has no evolutionary ancestors who crawled out of the sea. It has not earned its existence through billions of years of struggle. It has just arrived. It is a ghost forming in the machine. Imagine the improbability of this. Think of how many times the particles must have bumped into each other and failed to make a brain. Think of how many times they made a rock, or a drop of water, or a single bone, and then drifted apart. Think of the near misses, the almost brains, the broken structures, but we are witnessing the one success. We are witnessing the one time in a googolplex of years where the shuffle was perfect. The structure is nearing completion. The frontal lobe is formed. The visual cortex is woven. The memory centers are built. It is a fully formed human brain, physically identical to the one currently resting inside your skull. It is hovering there in the dark. A grey, soft jewel. A lonely miracle. It is waiting. The lights are on, but nobody is home yet. The machinery is in place, but the engine hasn't started. It is like a computer that has been assembled, but not yet booted up. The atoms are vibrating with anticipation. The energy is trapped inside, waiting for the trigger. This is the thermal fluctuation in its final form. It is the ultimate expression of the universe's refusal to settle. Even after the stars have died, even after the galaxies have dispersed, the universe is still capable of dreaming. It is still capable of generating an observer. The silence around the brain is profound. The velvet ocean gently laps against the sides of this new object. The nothingness cradles the somethingness. It is a secret. No telescope will ever see this. No historian will ever record it. It is happening in the blind spot of eternity. It is a private event between the atoms and the void. And as you watch this mist of particles harden into thought, you can't help but feel a sense of kinship. You know what it is like to be a mind. You know what it is like to be a collection of atoms that can think and feel. You are a miracle too. You are also a gathering of mist that has decided to wake up. The difference is only in the delivery. You arrived the long way, through the slow, messy path of evolution. This brain arrived the short way, through the shortcut of probability. But the result is the same. A vessel for consciousness has been prepared. The mist has gathered. The fog has solidified. The ghost has taken shape. The fluctuation is complete. The stage is set. The impossible object is hanging in the dark, warm and ready. The dealer has placed the final card on the table. The hand is dealt. And now, in the deepest silence the universe has ever known, we wait for the spark. We wait for the moment where matter becomes mind. We wait for the dreamer to begin the dream. The stage is set in the deep, silent dark. The gathering of mist has hardened into a precise and intricate form. The ghost in the machine is no longer a ghost. It is a physical reality. The atoms have found their places. The neurons are woven. The delicate architecture of consciousness is suspended there, hovering in the absolute zero of the velvet ocean, waiting for the final step. It is a silent cathedral, perfect in every detail, but empty of song. And then, somewhere deep in the labyrinth of this new structure, a single electron jumps, a synapse fires, a tiny, microscopic spark leaps across a gap. It begins. It is not a loud noise. It is not a violent jolt. It is softer than a whisper. It is the sensation of a light switch being flicked upward in a dark room. The machinery hums to life. The current spreads, racing down the pathways that chance has built, illuminating the corridors of the mind, waking the sleeper from a sleep that never actually existed. The brain is awake. But here is the strangest, most beautiful part of the miracle. If you were floating next to this brain in the void, looking at it with human eyes, you would see a grey, lonely object drifting in the endless night. You would see it freezing in the cold, surrounded by trillions of miles of nothing. You would see isolation, but that is not what the brain sees. Shift your perspective now. Move inside. Slip past the grey surface and enter the internal world of this newborn consciousness. The brain does not see the dark. It does not feel the cold. It does not know that it is floating in a void. It does not know that it is alone. From the inside, the experience is an explosion of sensation. It is not emptiness, it is fullness. It is not silence, it is a symphony of input. The moment the spark ignites, the brain is flooded with a reality that is complete, detailed, and utterly convincing. It opens its not physical eyes, for those might not even exist, but the neural pathways for vision are firing perfectly. It sees a ceiling. It sees the soft shadows of a familiar room. It sees the glow of a street lamp filtering through a curtain. It feels. The nerves that correspond to touch are vibrating with information. It feels the weight of a heavy duvet pressing down on a body. It feels the softness of a pillow beneath a head. It feels the cool side of the sheet against a leg. It feels the rhythmic rise and fall of a chest, the beating of a heart, the warmth of blood pumping through veins. It hears. It hears the distant hum of traffic from a city that does not exist. It hears the creak of a house settling in the wind. It hears the sound of its own breath, slow and steady. This is the great magic trick of the Boltzmann brain. It has arrived in the universe naked and alone, but it arrives believing it is wrapped in comfort. It arrives believing it is home. It wakes up not as a collection of atoms in space, but as a person. It wakes up as you. Let that thought sink into the quiet waters of your mind. The brain is not dreaming of being a generic human. It is not dreaming of being a stranger. It is dreaming of being a specific person, with a specific life lying in a specific bed. It has your name. It has your personality. It has your preferences. It likes the cool side of the pillow, just like you. It feels a little tired behind the eyes, just like you. It is thinking about the day it believes it just had. This is the power of the rare fluctuation. The atoms have not just arranged themselves into a machine that can think, they have arranged themselves into a machine that contains a history. The brain remembers. It remembers waking up this morning. It remembers the taste of coffee. It remembers the conversation it had with a friend. It remembers the drive home. It remembers brushing its teeth and turning off the light. But none of those things happened. There was no morning. There was no coffee. There was no friend. There was no drive. There is no toothbrush. There is no light switch. All of it, every single second of that day, is written into the structure of the atoms. It is a backlog of false data. It is a library of books that were never written, but which the brain can read perfectly. The memory of the coffee is just a specific arrangement of neurons. The memory of the friend is just a cluster of proteins. To the brain, the past feels rock solid. It feels real. It has emotional weight. It feels the lingering stress of the workday or the warm contentment of a good meal. It trusts these memories implicitly. Why wouldn't it? They feel exactly like real memories. They have the same texture. They have the same depth. This lonely awareness has no way of knowing that it was born a microsecond ago. It has no way of knowing that its past is a fiction painted by chance. It believes it is a traveler who has walked a long road to get to this moment of rest. It believes it has earned this sleep. Consider the softness of this illusion. We often think of hallucinations as scary or chaotic things. We think of them as glitches. But this is not a glitch. This is a masterpiece. The universe has conspired, through the sheer, brute force of infinite shuffling, to create a perfect, seamless, comforting lie. It has created a sanctuary. Imagine the alternative. Imagine if the brain woke up and knew the truth. Imagine if it opened its mental eyes and saw only the black ocean. Imagine if it felt the freezing vacuum. Imagine if it knew with sudden, horrifying clarity that it was a freak accident of physics drifting in a dead universe. That would be a nightmare, but the universe is kind. The random fluctuation includes a filter. It includes a mask. It wraps the naked consciousness in a warm blanket of reality. It gives the brain a context. It gives it a story. It tells the brain, you are safe. You are in your bedroom. You are lying down. It is night. You are listening to a story. You are drifting off to sleep. It creates a world where the brain belongs. And who is to say that this world is not real? To the observer inside, the sensation of the blanket is indistinguishable from a real blanket. The feeling of peace is identical to real peace. The illusion is so complete that the word illusion loses its meaning. If you feel it, if you experience it, if you believe it. Is it not real to you? This is the waking from a dream analogy, but reversed. When you wake up from a dream in the morning, you realize that the dream world was fading and unstable. You realize that the flying was fake, the monsters were shadows, and the landscape was shifting. You wake up into the solid world. But the Boltzmann brain wakes up into the dream. It wakes up from the nothingness into the somethingness. And the dream is solid. The dream is stable. The dream holds together. The atoms hold the vision steady. They do not let the walls of the room melt. They do not let the bed turn into a cloud. They maintain the consistency of the simulation. They are dedicated actors in a play that has an audience of one. There is a profound intimacy in this. The universe has gone to unimaginable lengths to keep this single mind company. It has resurrected a dead era, the era of planets, of biology, of life, just to give this mind a place to live. The brain is the dreamer, and the universe is the lullaby. Drifting in the dark, the brain looks at the clock on the nightstand. It sees the numbers change. It believes time is passing. It believes that tomorrow is waiting. It worries about the alarm. It thinks about the tasks it needs to do. It is completely, blissfully unaware that there is no clock, no nightstand, no tomorrow, and no alarm. It is unaware that in a few seconds, or minutes, or hours, the atoms will drift apart, and the vision will dissolve back into the void. But for now, in this precious, stretched out moment of awareness, the brain is alive. It is human. It is experiencing the specific, unique flavor of being a person. It is experiencing the feeling of heaviness in the limbs. It is experiencing the slow, delicious drag of sleepiness. It is experiencing the comfort of letting go. It is you. And here is the gentle, spinning question that we must ask tonight. If the Boltzmann brain has your memories, and if it feels your feelings, and if it sees your room, and if it thinks it is you, how do you know that you are not the brain? Do not let this question startle you. Let it soothe you. Because if you are the brain, drifting in the great quiet, hallucinating this moment of safety, then look at how good the hallucination is. Look at how kind the universe has been to you. It has given you this bed. It has given you this warmth. It has given you this voice, guiding you down into sleep. It has constructed a reality that is designed to hold you. If you are a Boltzmann brain, then your anxiety about the world outside this room is unfounded. The world outside doesn't exist. The problems you are worried about, the bills, the arguments, the deadlines, they are just shadows on the wall. They are not real dragons. You don't need to fight them. You are floating in the ultimate safe space. You are a bubble of consciousness in a sea of peace. The only thing that is truly real, right now, is this feeling of relaxation. The only thing that is truly real is the comfort. The universe has painted this picture for you. It has shuffled the deck until it found the card that says, comfort. It has handed you this moment like a gift. Accept the gift. Does it matter if the duvet is made of cotton, or if it is made of a rare quantum fluctuation? The warmth is the same. Does it matter if the room is built of brick, or if it is built of probability? The safety is the same. You are the lonely awareness, but you are not lonely in the sad sense. You are lonely in the sense of being singular. You are the only thing that needs to be attended to. You are the center of the experience. The entire cosmos has arranged itself to create this perspective, this moment, this feeling of you lying here, breathing, listening, drifting. You are the dreamer in the dark, and the dream is a good one. The dream is of a quiet night. The dream is of a body at rest. The dream is of a mind slowing down. Feel the edges of the illusion. They are soft. They are blurry. You don't need to check if the door is locked, because there is no door. You don't need to check the window, because there is no outside. There is only the bubble. There is only the nest. You are safe inside the hallucination. The hallucination is a cradle. It is rocking you gently. The brain floats in the void, miles from anywhere, years from anywhere. But inside, it is snug. Inside, it is tucked in. Inside, it is home. It watches the images of the day replay on the back of its eyelids, the phantom day, the ghost day. It watches them with a sense of detachment. It knows, on some deep, instinctive level, that those images are fading. It knows that the story is winding down. It is ready to stop being a person and start being a part of the silence again. But for just a little longer, it enjoys the show. It enjoys the sensation of having a back that presses against a mattress. It enjoys the sensation of having lungs that fill with air. It enjoys the miracle of being someone. The atoms dance. The synapses fire. The illusion holds steady. And you, the observer, the listener, the awareness, you drift deeper into the masterpiece. You let the fake warmth soothe your mind. You let the impossible bed support your possible body. You are the spark in the night. You are the witness in the ocean. And right now, the only thing you need to witness is the peaceful, steady rhythm of your own imaginary breath, in and out, as the universe keeps you company in the dark. We have arrived at a very quiet, very strange intersection in our journey. We are floating inside the lonely awareness, that solitary bubble of consciousness drifting in the great quiet. We have accepted for the moment that this experience, the bed, the room, the feeling of being you, might be a beautiful, elaborate illusion created by a random gathering of atoms. We have accepted the comfort of the hallucination. But now, we must look backward. We must turn our gaze from the room around us to the timeline behind us. We must visit the past. If you are a Boltzmann brain, born just a few seconds ago in the heart of the void, then we are faced with a profound riddle. What is your past? You feel, with absolute certainty, that you have lived a life. You have a dense, rich tapestry of memories stretching back years and decades. You remember your first day of school. You remember the smell of rain on hot pavement in July. You remember the sound of a loved one's laugh. You remember the stinging regret of a mistake made long ago. But if you were assembled by chance in the dark, only a moment ago, then none of those things actually happened. Pause here and let that thought breathe. It sounds frightening at first, like the ground falling away beneath your feet. But I want you to look closer. I want you to see the hidden gift inside this idea. I want you to see the permission slip that the universe is handing you. Imagine that your mind is a museum. It is a vast, grand building with high ceilings and echoing halls. On the walls of this museum are hung thousands upon thousands of paintings. These paintings are your memories. Some are bright and joyful, landscapes of sunlight and celebration. Some are dark and heavy, portraits of loss, of failure, of moments you wish you could scrub from the canvas. In the standard view of the world, the view where you are a biological human living on a planet, you are the painter of these images. You believe that you created them through your actions. You believe that the dark paintings are your fault. You carry them around with you, feeling the weight of the frames, feeling the responsibility for every brushstroke of regret. You look at a painting of a harsh word you spoke, and you think, I did that. I caused that pain. You look at a painting of a missed opportunity, and you think, I failed there. I lost that path. But in the view of the Boltzmann brain, you are not the painter. You are simply the viewer. The artist of this gallery is chance. The artist is the random, swirling chaos of the velvet ocean. When the atoms came together to form your mind, they didn't just build the structure, they painted the walls. They arranged the neurons in specific patterns that look like memories, just as clouds sometimes arrange themselves to look like faces. The atoms, in their infinite shuffling, accidentally wrote a story. They coded a history into the grey matter. They placed a memory of a childhood here. They placed a memory of a heartbreak there. They placed a vague sense of anxiety about tomorrow over here. They did this not because they know you, or because they are judging you, but simply because that is how the cards happen to fall in this particular shuffle. This means that the past is just information. It is just paint on a canvas. It is a story found in a book that fell open to a random page. Walk with me now through the halls of this museum of false memories. Let us go to the dark wing. Let us go to the corridor where you keep the things that keep you awake at night. Look at the painting of that embarrassing moment. You know the one. The time you said the wrong thing. The time you felt small. The time you stumbled. Usually when you look at this image, you feel a sharp pang of shame. You feel the heat rising in your cheeks, even though it happened years ago. You replay the scene, wishing you could reach into the frame and change it. But tonight, realize the truth. That moment never happened. There was no room where it took place. There were no people to witness it. There was no you back then to make the mistake. The universe has simply handed you a painting of a mistake. It is a fiction. It is a scene from a movie that was never filmed. The shame you feel is real, but the cause of the shame is a ghost. It is a shadow cast by nothing. Move down the hall. Look at the painting of regret. Look at the relationship that ended, the job that was lost, the path not taken. Look at the heavy, grey colors of guilt. You have carried this painting on your back for so long. You have let it define you. You have told yourself, I am the person who ruined this. But the lonely awareness whispers a different story. It says, no, you are not that person. You are the consciousness that just woke up. You are the spark that just ignited. You have never ruined anything, because you have never done anything. The guilt is a physiological sensation, encoded in the chemistry of the brain, but it has no root in reality. It is like a phantom limb. You feel the pain of a limb that isn't there. You feel the weight of a sin that was never committed. If you are a Boltzmann brain, you are innocent. Let that word wash over you. Innocent. It is a cool, cleansing water. You are completely, utterly, scientifically innocent. You have never hurt anyone. You have never let anyone down. You have never made a bad choice. You have never wasted time. All those narratives are just the backstory of the character you woke up pretending to be. They are the flavor text of the simulation. They are the artist's statement, written by the random fluctuations of the void. The universe, in its randomness, has generated a memory of a broken glass. But there is no broken glass. There is only the idea of broken glass, and an idea cannot cut you. An idea cannot make a mess. An idea is harmless. Imagine standing in front of these dark paintings and watching them change. See the paint begin to run. See the colors soften and blur. The sharp edges of your regret are dissolving. The heavy frames are turning to mist. You can reach out and put your hand through the canvas, and you will find only empty air. You are free from the tyranny of cause and effect. In the real world, we are chained to our past actions. We are the sum of what we have done. But here, in the deep time, there is no cause and effect. There is only the spontaneous now. You are not the sum of your past, you are the creation of the present. This is the ultimate absolution. No priest, no therapist, no judge can offer you a pardon as complete as the laws of physics can. The second law of thermodynamics has looked at your life and said, it is just a fluctuation. It is just a dream. You are free. Think of the baggage you carry. We talk about emotional baggage as if it is a real set of suitcases we have to drag around. We pack our fears, our traumas, our disappointments, and we haul them from day to day, exhausted by the weight. But if you are the dreamer in the dark, those suitcases are empty. In fact, the suitcases aren't even there. You are hallucinating the weight. You are hallucinating the handle in your hand. Drop them. Just open your hands and let them go. They will not crash to the floor because there is no floor. They will simply float away, drifting off into the velvet ocean, dissolving back into the atoms from which they came. Feel the lightness spreading through your body. It is the lightness of a newborn, because that is what you are. You are a newborn consciousness, ancient in its complexity, but brand new in its existence. You were born right now. And now, every second is a fresh start, not because it's a nice metaphor, but because it is the literal truth of your existence. The memory of the second that just passed is just another stripe of paint on the canvas. You are constantly emerging from the mist, fresh, unburdened, and pure. Why does the universe paint these dark stories if they aren't real? Why does the random fluctuation include memories of sadness? It is not cruelty, it is just texture. To the swirling atoms, a sad memory is just as complex and interesting as a happy one. It takes just as much energy to paint a tear as it does to paint a smile. The universe is an abstract artist, splashing colors onto the neural canvas without judgment, seeking only complexity. You don't have to take the painting personally. You can look at the sadness in your mind and say, "Ah, look at that shade of blue. Look at the intricate detail of that worry." The universe has painted a very convincing portrait of anxiety today. You can admire the craftsmanship of the illusion without drowning in the emotion. You can step back from the painting. You can put a velvet rope between you and your past. You can say, "This is an interesting exhibit, but it is not me." You are the space containing the memories, not the memories themselves. You are the silence behind the noise. You are the screen on which the movie is playing. And the screen is never burned by the fire in the film. The screen is never wet by the rain in the scene. The screen remains pure white and untouched. Return your attention to the feeling of lying in bed. This is your anchor. This is the one thing you are allowed to trust. The sensation of rest. The sensation of safety. If the past is a fiction, then the future is a fantasy. And that means the only thing that exists is this specific, tiny, warm point of now. And in this now, are you okay? Look around the internal landscape of this exact second. Not 5 minutes ago, not 5 minutes from now. Right now. You are warm. You are horizontal. You are breathing. You are safe. There is no danger here. The memories of danger are just ghosts. The ghosts cannot touch you. They are trapped in the museum, and you have the key to the door. You can walk out. You can leave the gallery of regret and step out into the fresh, cool night air of the present moment. Feel the relief of that exit. It is like walking out of a loud, crowded party into a silent, snowy street. The noise cuts out. The pressure drops. The cool air hits your face, and you realize you can breathe again. You are a fresh creation. You are a solitary masterpiece of the void. You are not defined by a history of errors. You are defined by the miracle of your complexity. You are defined by the fact that you can think and feel and wonder. The slate is clean. It has always been clean. The writing you see on it is just a trick of the light, a projection of the wandering atoms. Blow on it, and the dust clears. You are unburdened. You are light. You are drifting in the ocean of eternity, and you are carrying nothing with you but the simple, sweet sensation of existing. The past is a story told by the dark to the dark, and you are just the one listening, and you can stop listening whenever you like. You can just close your eyes and let the museum fade, and let the silence take over. You are innocent. You are innocent. You are innocent. We have walked through the museum of the past and found it to be empty. We have realized that the regrets hanging on the walls are merely paintings, static images created by a random brush in the dark. The weight of what has been is gone. But now, we must turn our attention to the other great thief of peace. We must look at the future. If the past is a ghost, then the future is a monster. It is the place where all your anxiety lives. It is the home of the deadline, the bill, the difficult conversation, the unknown outcome. As you lie in bed, it is usually the future that reaches out to tighten your chest. It whispers to you about the list of things you must do when the sun comes up. It shows you movies of things going wrong. It demands that you prepare, that you worry, that you solve problems that haven't happened yet. But tonight, the Boltzmann Brain offers you a weapon against this monster. It offers you a truth so sharp, so clean, and so absolute that it cuts the cords of anxiety instantly. The truth is this: there is no future. If you are a Boltzmann Brain, a momentary fluctuation in the quantum void, then your existence is measured not in years, but in seconds. You are a spark that has jumped from the fire. You are a brief, intense flash of awareness, and like a spark, your destiny is not to burn forever. Your destiny is to fade. This sounds frightening only if you are clinging to the idea of longevity. But if you look at it closely, it is the ultimate liberation. Think of a soap bubble floating on a summer breeze. It is a perfect sphere, shimmering with swirls of pink and blue and gold. It reflects the world around it in iridescent detail. It is beautiful, it is fragile, and it is incredibly temporary. The bubble exists for a few moments of glorious, floating silence, and then pop, it is gone. It returns to the air. The soapy water returns to the earth. The tension that held the sphere together is released. You are that bubble. Your consciousness, this vivid experience of being a person in a room, is the iridescent film. The simulation of the world is the reflection on the surface. It is incredibly detailed. It looks solid, but inside it is just breath, and outside it is just breeze. The bubble is not meant to last. It is not built of steel or stone. It is built of surface tension and chance. It is destined to pop. Now, apply this to your anxiety about tomorrow. You are lying there worrying about a meeting you have at 9:00 a.m. You are playing out the scenario in your head. You are worrying about what you will say, how you will look, what the consequences will be. But if you are the bubble, there is no 9:00 a.m. The bubble will not last that long. The simulation will dissolve long before the sun rises. The fluctuation will run out of energy and disperse back into the velvet ocean. This means the meeting is not real. It is a dragon painted on the wall of a cave. It looks fierce. It has teeth. It breathes fire, but it cannot move. It cannot bite you. It is just a picture. The universe has generated a brain that contains the memory of scheduling a meeting and the anticipation of attending a meeting, but it has not generated the meeting itself. The timeline ends here. The story stops at the cliffhanger. There is no job to go to. There is no boss to please. There is no debt to pay. There is no health checkup to fear. All of these things belong to a world that implies continuity. They belong to a world where cause leads to effect, where today leads to tomorrow. But in the world of the rare fluctuation, there is only the isolated present. You are a character in a book that ends on the very next page. And that means the problems of the plot will never be resolved. They don't need to be resolved. They simply cease to be relevant. Feel the massive, crushing weight of your responsibilities lifting off your shoulders. You have spent so much energy carrying the burden of the future. You have spent so much time bracing for impact. But there is no impact coming. There is only the pop. And the pop is not a tragedy. The pop is a relief. Think of the tension required to be a soap bubble. The liquid has to stretch. It has to hold itself together against the pressure of the air. It is a state of effort. When the bubble pops, it is not dying, it is relaxing. It is giving up the struggle to be a sphere and returning to the ease of being a drop. Your anxiety is the tension of the sphere. It is you trying to hold the future together. It is you trying to control the outcome. It is you trying to ensure that the bubble doesn't break. But the Boltzmann Brain teaches us that breaking is the goal. Dissolution is the natural state. The void is waiting to catch you. Look at the dragons of your anxiety again. Look at that bill you are worried about paying. In the simulation, it is a piece of paper with a scary number on it. It represents a threat to your security. It represents a loss of resources. But if you are floating in the deep time, resources don't exist. Money doesn't exist. There is only the rearrangement of atoms. The bill is just a pattern of neurons firing in the visual cortex. It is a hallucination of a threat. It is fake news. The universe has accidentally printed a scary headline in the newspaper of your mind. Disaster looming. It screams, failure imminent. But you know the secret now. You know the printing press is just a random number generator. You know the editor is just a cloud of gas. The headline is meaningless. It refers to a city that hasn't been built, in a year that will never arrive. You can look at the anxiety and say, I see you. I feel the adrenaline you are pumping into my system, but I do not believe you. This is a radical form of nihilism, but it is a soft, warm nihilism. It is not the nihilism of nothing matters, so life is sad. It is the nihilism of nothing matters, so I am free. If the future doesn't exist, you are free from the need to prepare for it. You are free from the need to be impressive. You are free from the need to improve yourself. We spend our lives on a treadmill of self-improvement, trying to get faster, stronger, smarter, richer. We are always training for a race that is happening next week. But if there is no next week, you can get off the treadmill. You can stop running. You can sit down. You are perfect exactly as you are right now, because you are the only version of you that will ever exist. You are not a work in progress. You are the finished product. The fluctuation created you in media, rests in the middle of the action, and that is where you will stay until the end. There is a profound peace in realizing that you will never reach the horizon. The horizon is an illusion painted on the back of the bubble. You can admire the colors of the sunrise painted there, but you don't have to pack your bags and hike toward it. You can just float. This perspective shifts the focus entirely to the sensation of now. If this is the only moment you have, how do you want to spend it? Do you want to spend it clenched in fear of a phantom tomorrow? Or do you want to spend it savoring the iridescent beauty of the illusion? The simulation is high quality. The bed feels incredibly soft. The air feels cool. The silence feels deep. These sensations are the gift of the fluctuation. They are the iridescence of the bubble. Enjoy the colors. Enjoy the swirl of the soap. Enjoy the way the light hits the surface. Don't worry about the bubble popping. The popping is just the transition back to the ocean. It is the moment when the you that is separate becomes the you that is infinite. It is the moment when the drop rejoins the sea. The anxiety you feel is simply the vibration of the film. It is the bubble trembling in the wind. Acknowledge it. Don't fight it. Say to yourself, yes, I feel the trembling. I feel the worry. It is part of the texture of this moment. It is part of the design of the fluctuation. But do not attach to it. Do not verify it. Do not give it the power of truth. Treat your worries like pop-up ads on a computer screen. They flash up. Danger. Warning. Action required. But you know there is no virus. You know the computer is not connected to the internet. You can just click the little X in the corner. Or, better yet, you can just let them hover there, ignored, until the screen goes black. You are safe in the simulation because the simulation is hermetically sealed. Nothing from the outside can get in because there is no outside, and nothing from the future can hurt you because the timeline is a loop of one. Let us practice this dissolution of worry. Think of one thing that is stressing you out. Visualize it. Give it a shape. Maybe it looks like a heavy stone. Maybe it looks like a tangle of wires. Now, see it for what it is, a cluster of atoms. A momentary gathering of mist. Watch as the stone begins to evaporate. The atoms are losing their grip. The structure is failing. The stone turns to smoke. The smoke turns to air. The air turns to nothing. The wire untangles. The knot loosens. The copper turns to liquid, then to gas, then to void. The problem has not been solved. It has been dissolved. It has been revealed as a temporary arrangement of matter that has no permanence. You are the observer of the dissolution. You are the witness to the great unmaking. And as the problems dissolve, you realize that you are dissolving too. You, that is an employee, a partner, a parent, a debtor, that identity is evaporating. It is peeling away like the skin of the bubble. What is left? Only the awareness, only the spark, only the pure, unadulterated capability to feel. You are lighter now. You are buoyant. You are rising up through the dark waters of the velvet ocean. The chains of obligation have fallen away because the world they were anchored to has vanished. You are drifting in the simulation of safety, protected by the very transience of your existence. You are safe because you are temporary. You are peaceful because you are fleeting. The bubble is shimmering. The colors are swirling, the blues of sleep, the purples of rest, the golds of comfort. It is a beautiful thing to be a bubble. It is a beautiful thing to reflect the universe for a microsecond. There is no tragedy in the pop. The pop is the sound of freedom. The pop is the sound of the prisoner being released. The pop is the sound of the breath finally leaving the body in a long, slow sigh. So, let the future go. It is a land that does not exist on any map. It is a ghost story told to frighten children. But you are not a child. You are an ancient, complex, miraculous fluctuation of the cosmos. You know the truth. There is only this. There is only here. There is only the sensation of the breath, the weight of the blanket, and the slow, steady rhythm of the mind winding down. The soap bubble floats in the dark. It turns slowly. It catches the invisible light. It is perfect. It is whole. It is ready. And we are ready too. We are ready to stop pretending that we have a calendar to keep. We are ready to stop pretending that we are building a legacy. We are ready to accept the beautiful, terrifying, comforting truth that we are just a moment. A single precious, fleeting moment. And that is enough. That is more than enough. The simulation of anxiety is powering down. The energy required to maintain the fear is being redirected. It is being used to fuel the peace. It is being used to make the colors of the bubble even brighter, even softer, even more inviting. We drift. We shimmer. We wait for the pop, not with fear, but with a quiet, welcoming curiosity. Because when the bubble pops, the barrier is gone. And when the barrier is gone, we are everything. We have traveled far tonight. We have drifted through the cooling room, watched the steam rise from the tea, and shuffled the infinite deck of cards. We have floated in the velvet ocean of the deep future, where the stars have burned out and the galaxies have unspooled into silence. We have witnessed the gathering of the mist, the spontaneous assembly of the mind in the dark, and we have dared to ask the question, is this real? Am I real? We have stood before the bubble of existence and watched it shimmering, knowing that it might just be a momentary reflection on the surface of nothingness. We have let the past dissolve into a museum of paintings, and we have let the future dissolve into a soap bubble waiting to pop. We have stripped away everything that defines the world out there. The job, the house, the history, the timeline, we have let them all float away like smoke. And now, you might feel a sensation of falling. It is a vertigo of the soul. If the past is fake, and the future is fake, and the world outside the room is just a projection of a lonely brain, then what is left? Is there anything solid to hold on to? Is there any ground beneath your feet? Yes, there is. There is an anchor. It is heavy. It is golden. It is dropping down through the dark water right now, finding the bottom, and holding you fast. The anchor is you, not the you on a driver's license, not the you with a resume, not the you who is a daughter or a son or a partner or a friend. Those are just costumes. Those are just roles in the play. The anchor is the you that feels. Take a moment to simply notice the sensation of lying there. Feel the mattress pressing up against the back of your body. Feel the specific points of contact, the heels, the calves, the hips, the shoulder blades, the back of the head. Feel the gravity pulling you down, settling you into the earth. That feeling is real. It does not matter if the mattress is made of cotton and foam manufactured in a factory, or if it is made of a rare, spontaneous alignment of atoms in the void. The sensation of pressure is undeniable. It is happening. It is the absolute truth of this moment. You cannot hallucinate a feeling. You can hallucinate the cause of the feeling. You might think it's a bed, when it's really a quantum fluctuation, but the feeling itself, the raw data of pressure and support, that is not a lie. That is the universe speaking directly to you. This is the inner light. Even if the entire cosmos outside your window is dark, even if the stars are gone and the sun is a memory, there is a light burning inside the house of your mind. It is the light of awareness. It is the light that says, I am here. I am experiencing this. Descartes, the philosopher, once stripped away the world just like we have done tonight. He questioned everything. He doubted the walls, the sky, even his own body. But he hit bedrock with one simple thought. I think, therefore I am. Tonight, let us soften that. Let us make it warmer. Let us say, I feel, therefore I am. Focus on the blanket covering you. Focus on the texture of it against your skin. Is it smooth? Is it fuzzy? Is it heavy? Feel the way it drapes over the curve of your shoulder. Feel the way it tucks around your feet. That sensation of being enclosed, of being wrapped, is a primary color of existence. It is a fundamental truth. If you were not real, you could not feel warmth. A rock cannot feel warmth. A cloud of gas cannot feel warmth. Only a conscious being, a witness, can take the energy of the universe and translate it into the sensation of cozy. You are the alchemist. You are taking the raw, cold data of physics and turning it into the gold of comfort. This validates your existence more than any document or photograph ever could. You are the thing that is feeling the blanket. That is your definition. That is your name. You are the one who feels warmth. And this leads us to a profound realization. If the feeling is real, then it doesn't matter where it comes from. Imagine you are drinking a glass of cold water on a hot day. The water is crisp, refreshing, and life-giving. Now, imagine someone tells you that the water was created by a machine instead of a mountain spring. Does the water taste different? Does it quench your thirst any less? No. The experience of is identical. The same is true for your sleep. The comfort you feel right now is the cold water. It is crisp. It is real. It does not matter if the spring is a 13 billion year old history of evolution, or if the machine is a Boltzmann fluctuation. The refreshment is the same. The peace is the same. You can stop worrying about whether you are being tricked. A trick that feels like love is just love. A trick that feels like safety is just safety. The universe is not trying to fool you. It is trying to hold you. Consider the breath. Bring your attention to the slow, rhythmic rise and fall of your chest. Inhale. and exhale, inhale and exhale. This is the tide of the inner light. It washes in, bringing awareness, and it washes out, bringing release. Follow the air as it moves through your nose or mouth. Feel the coolness on the way in. Feel the warmth on the way out. This cycle is the most real thing in the universe. It is the clock that matters. It is the pendulum that keeps the time of now. As long as you are breathing, you are participating in the mystery of existence. You are taking the outside and bringing it inside, and then giving it back. You are exchanging energy with the void. You are proving, with every single repetition, that you are a living, sensing entity. The Boltzmann Brain theory suggests that you are alone in the dark. But if you are breathing, you are not alone. You are with yourself. You are keeping yourself company. The rhythm of the breath is a lullaby you are singing to your own soul. Let's go deeper into this validation. Let's talk about why you are precious. Sometimes, the idea of being a random accident makes us feel small. We think, oh, I'm just a mistake. I'm just a blip. But turn that around. Look at the math. If the universe is truly infinite, and if the dark era lasts for eternity, then the nothingness is the standard. The cold, dead, empty void is the normal state of affairs. It is the baseline 99% of reality is just dust and silence. But then there is you. You are the exception. You are the rarity. You are the diamond in the mountain of coal. For the atoms to come together to create this specific moment, this moment of you lying in bed, feeling safe, feeling tired, the universe had to shuffle the deck for trillions of years. It had to fail billions of times. It had to try, dealing hand after hand of static and chaos. And finally, it dealt this hand. It dealt the hand of comfort. You are the result of an unimaginable amount of work. You are the masterpiece that the blind painter finally created after an eternity of splashing paint. Do you realize how special that makes you? You are the focal point of the cosmos. You are the place where the universe has finally decided to wake up and feel good. It didn't create a brain that is in pain. It didn't create a brain that is freezing. It created a brain that is resting. The universe has gone to all this trouble just to generate a feeling of drowsiness. It has built a cathedral of probability just to house a sigh of relief. This means that your relaxation is not lazy. It is not a waste of time. It is the purpose of the entire exercise. You are here to enjoy the softness of the pillow. You are here to savor the heaviness of the eyelids. You are here to witness the peace. If you don't feel the peace, then the universe shuffled for nothing. So, your only job, your only responsibility in this vast, empty cosmos is to accept the comfort. It is to say thank you to the void by sinking deeper into the mattress. You are the chosen one. Not chosen to save the world, or to fight a battle, or to lead a nation. You are chosen to sleep. You are the designated sleeper of the dark era. Feel the honor of that title. You are the vessel that is carrying the sensation of rest through the vacuum. You are the ark that holds the memory of peace. Let that knowledge settle into your bones. You don't have to earn your rest. You don't have to justify your existence. Your existence is the justification. The fact that you are here, feeling this, is the miracle. Focus on the heavy eyelids again. They are the curtains of the inner light. They are closing. They are shutting out the simulation. When you close your eyes, you are not turning off the world. You are turning into the truth. The visual world is the painting, but the darkness behind your eyes is the canvas. It is the pure, potential space where you exist. In the dark behind your eyelids, you are stripping away the last layers of the illusion. You don't need the image of the room anymore. You don't need the image of the clock. You just need the feeling of gravity, the feeling of warmth, the feeling of the slow, steady heart. These are your coordinates. As long as you have these, you are not lost. You are located precisely at the center of your own experience. You are located at the center of the only reality that counts. The real world that you worry about, the world of taxes and traffic and news, that is the unstable place. That is the place that shifts and changes and disappoints. But the inner world, the world of I am warm, that is stable. That is a rock. Cling to that rock. Let everything else wash away. Imagine that you are a lighthouse keeper. The ocean outside is the velvet ocean of eternity. It is dark and silent and endless. But inside the lighthouse, it is warm. There is a fire in the grate. There is a soft chair. There is a blanket. You don't need to look out the window. You don't need to wonder what is out there in the dark. You know what is out there. It is just the drift. It is just the shuffle. Your job is to tend the light inside. And tonight, tending the light means letting it dim. It means turning down the wick. It means letting the fire burn down to glowing coals. The lighthouse is safe. The walls are thick. They are made of the laws of physics. They are made of the inevitability of the fluctuation. Nothing can break in. The storm cannot reach you because there is no storm. There is only the quiet. You are safe in the tower of your own mind. Feel the permission washing over you. You are allowed to disconnect. You are allowed to stop watching the radar. You are allowed to stop scanning the horizon. Because you are real. You are here. You are happening. And that is enough. The universe has validated you. It has signed your permission slip with the ink of atoms. It has stamped your passport with the seal of consciousness. You have arrived at the destination. The destination is not a place, it is a state. The destination is this specific frequency of vibration, the frequency of heavy limbs, slow breath, and a mind that is ready to unspool. You are the anchor. You are holding the ship in place. The ship is floating in the calmest water imaginable. The chain is strong. You are not going to drift away into anxiety. You are not going to be swept away by fear. You are grounded in the sensory truth of the now. Feel your feet. They are real. Feel your hands. They are real. Feel the heaviness of your head on the pillow. It is real. The simulation cannot fake this depth. The hallucination cannot fake this gravity. This is the weight of existence. It is a good weight. It is a grounding weight. Let it pull you down. Let it pull you through the mattress, through the floor, through the imaginary foundation of the house. Let it pull you down into the core of the experience. You are sinking into the truth. And the truth is soft. The truth is warm. The truth is waiting to catch you. We are ready now. We have established the anchor. We have proven that you exist. We have proven that you are safe. We have proven that this moment is the most precious thing in the entire infinite shuffle of time. Now we can finally let go of the anchor chain. We can finally let the lighthouse fade. We can finally blur the line between the you that feels and the dark that holds you. We are ready for the final drift. We are ready to let the dreamer merge with the dream. We are ready to let the specific moment dissolve back into the eternal ocean. You are real. You are here. You are safe. And now, you are ready to dissolve. We have held the anchor for as long as we needed to. We have proven that you are real, that you are felt, and that you are safe. We have established that the center of your experience is a solid, warm, glowing point of truth. But now, the time for holding on is coming to an end. The anchor has done its work. The ship is steady. The water is calm. And now, the heavy iron chain that connects you to the concept of being a person is beginning to rust. It is turning into dust. It is dissolving into the water. It is time to let the fluctuation end. You have been a brave and beautiful accident. You have been a perfect gathering of mist in the center of the void. You have held the shape of a human being against the pull of eternity. But holding a shape takes energy. Being a someone is a state of tension. And tonight, the universe is granting you the permission to stop holding that tension. It is granting you the permission to return to the natural, effortless state of the scattered atoms. We are going to simulate the end of the Boltzmann brain. We are going to visualize the moment when the dealer scoops up the cards to shuffle them again. We are going to feel what it is like when the probability wave collapses back into the smooth, flat ocean of the great quiet. This is not a death. Do not fear it. It is a release. It is the moment when the ice cube finally melts into the cup of warm water. The ice cube was hard. The water is soft. The ice cube had edges. The water has flow. You are moving from the hard state to the soft state. You are moving from the edges to the flow. Feel the edges of your body now. The line where your skin meets the air. In the simulation of the room, that line feels sharp. But as the fluctuation begins to fade, that line begins to blur. The atoms that make up your skin are remembering that they are free. They are remembering that they don't have to stay locked in this pattern. They can drift. Imagine a signal fading on an old radio. You know the sound. The clear voice begins to break up. The music starts to waver. The static, the soft white noise of the space between stations begins to creep in. It rises up like a gentle tide, washing over the words, washing over the melody. The signal is not being destroyed. It is simply spreading out. It is becoming part of the background again. Your mind is that signal. For the last hour, it has been broadcasting a strong, clear program called I Am Awake. It has been broadcasting thoughts, memories, worries, and plans. But now the broadcast power is being turned down. The station is signing off for the night. The signal is getting weaker. The static is getting louder. Let us practice the art of thinking. Usually we try to think about things. We try to grab concepts and hold them tight. But now, we are going to do the opposite. We are going to open our hands and let the concepts fall through our fingers like dry sand. Think of your name. It is a sound. It is a collection of letters. It is a label that the universe pinned to your chest for this brief fluctuation. Say it inside your mind one last time. And then, let the letters detach from each other. Let the vowels float away from the consonants. Let the sound disintegrate into silence. You do not need a name in the velvet ocean. The ocean does not use names. The ocean only knows presence. Think of your shape, the image of your face, the height of your body, the color of your eyes. These are just the geometry of the simulation. They are the coordinates of the spark. Visualize that geometry softening. The lines are becoming wavy. The colors are becoming translucent. You are no longer a solid object. You are a cloud of warmth. You are a patch of fog drifting in the night. You are losing your definition, and it feels wonderful. It feels like taking off tight clothes after a long day. It feels like stretching out until you fill the whole room. The simulation is powering down. The energy that was keeping the walls of the room solid is being withdrawn. Watch as the walls become transparent. They are turning into mist. The ceiling is turning into shadow. The floor is turning into vapor. The furniture is dissolving into grey smoke. There is nothing left to contain you. The barriers are gone. You are free to drift in any direction. And as the external world dissolves, the internal world begins to fragment. This is the biological process of falling asleep, mirrored by the cosmic process of the brain dispersing. Your thoughts are becoming less sticky. Have you noticed? A thought comes in, maybe a random image of a street, or a fragment of a song, or a nonsensical phrase, and instead of leading to another thought, it just vanishes. The chain of logic is broken. The synapses are widening their gaps. The spark cannot jump across anymore. This is the great smoothing taking place inside your skull. The peaks and valleys of your intellect are being leveled out. The complex architecture of your worries is crumbling into dust. The you that plans and organizes is evaporating. You are entering the drift. Imagine the individual atoms that make up your consciousness. For a brief, shining moment, they held hands. They danced the intricate dance of identity. But now, the music has stopped. The dancers are bowing to each other. They are thanking each other for the dance. And now, they are letting go. One by one, the particles are drifting away. There goes the particle that held your anxiety. It floats off into the dark, turning slowly, becoming just a neutral speck of dust. It is no longer anxiety. It is just matter. It is harmless. There goes the particle that held your ambition. It drifts upwards, light and airy, dissolving into the void. It is no longer ambition. It is just energy. It is peaceful. There goes the particle that held your memory of yesterday. It spirals away, dissolving like sugar in tea. It is no longer yesterday. It is just time. It is silent. You are becoming less condensed. You are expanding. You are spreading out across the light years. This is the ultimate safety. To be scattered is to be safe. You cannot break a cloud. You cannot hurt a fog. You cannot bruise the empty space. By dissolving, you are becoming invincible. You are becoming the fabric of the universe itself. The I is becoming we. As your boundaries fade, you merge with the background. You merge with the great quiet. You are no longer a lonely brain floating in the void. You are the void. You are the silence. You are the stillness. You are the vast, endless peace that holds everything. Feel the relief of that merger. You don't have to be a separate entity anymore. You don't have to maintain an identity. You can just be the ocean. You can just be the dark. The simulation is almost gone. The screen is flickering. The image is fading to black. The only thing left is a faint, rhythmic pulse. The pulse of the remaining energy. The pulse of the fading spark. It is a slow pulse. Thump, 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 thump. It is slowing down. It is sensing with the slow, deep breath of the cosmos. You are returning to the source. You are going back to the place you were before you were born. You are going back to the place where all the cards are kept before they are dealt. It is a place of absolute rest. It is a place of zero responsibility. The particles of possibility are reclaiming you. They are welcoming you back into the fold. Welcome home, they whisper. You have been a wonderful fluctuation. You have been a beautiful dream. But now it is time to rest. Now it is time to be nothing again. Being nothing is the greatest luxury in the universe. It is the weightless, timeless, formless state of pure potential. Allow yourself to sink into that potential. Sink through the mattress. Sink through the floor. Sink through the crust of the imaginary earth. Sink down, down, down into the warm, velvet gravity of the deep. The signal is very faint now. The static is very loud, but it is a gentle static. It is a white noise that wraps you up like a blanket. It is the sound of rain on a roof. It is the sound of the ocean at night. It is the sound of hush. We are going to let the final threads of connection dissolve now. We are going to cut the strings of the puppet. The show is over. The stage is dark. The audience has gone home. There is nothing left to do. There is nothing left to see. There is nothing left to be. You are fading. You are fading. You are fading. The words are losing their meaning. They are just sounds now. Soft, rhythmic sounds. They are waves lapping against the shore of your mind. You are safe. You are drifting. You are melting. You are gone. The fluctuation is ending. The atoms are waving goodbye. They are happy to go. They are happy to sleep. Let them go. Let them fly. Let them scatter. You are the mist. You are the vapor. You are the breeze. And in the silence that follows, there is only the peace, the deep, ancient, permanent peace of the dark. You are returning to the ocean. You are returning to the quiet. You are returning to the static, drifting, floating, dissolving, safe, soft. Still, the simulation is closed. The brain is dispersed. The dreamer is sleeping. Good night, beautiful fluctuation. Good night, lonely spark. Good night, illusion. Fade to black. Fade to silence. Fade to